All right. In three, two, one. What's going on, folks? Your guy Tom again here, TG for Tommy Talk. Happy to be back with you guys as always. First and foremost, before I get into my other rantings and ravings today, I just want to say congratulations to Caitlin Clark for going numero uno in the WNBA draft to Indianapolis, to Indiana. What a moment, what a day for her. Some people have been saying, hey, could she go to the NBA? And maybe, perhaps, she could be good enough, as a three-point specialist. But instead, she goes to Indiana. Indiana Fever, number 1 overall pick. Going to be huge. They're already talking about them moving. I know in Vegas, they already moved her first game there to a much bigger arena. They're moving the games at these WNBA arenas to bigger arenas to accommodate Caitlin Clark. Good for her. Happy for her. Angel Reese ended up going to the Chicago Bulls, I think, number 9 overall. Chicago Sky. My apologies. Number 9 overall, which, good for her as well. I thought maybe she should have stayed in college, so that way she could kind of soak up the limelight a little bit, get those NIL dollars while kind of having, a run of the course in college without Caitlin being there. But still, great for both of them, great for the game, all that kind of stuff. And as we talk about basketball, I want to dive in, first and foremost, to the upcoming NBA playoffs. Obviously, people are excited. People are ready. The regular season ended on Sunday. And I just want to get off my chest what I think is a cheapening of the product and of the sport, which is the NBA play-in games. I think it's unfair to certain teams. I think it's way too generous to others, for sure. I mean, and it doesn't count as much in the West, where you have the number 10 seed as the Warriors, and they are 46-36, which is not a bad record, not terrible. Only 11 games back from the Thunder at the number 1 spot. And that's pretty good. But you go out east, and the number 10 seed is the Hawks at 36-46. The number 9 seed is the Bulls at 39-43. After that, it's not so bad. Not so bad. At the 8th seed, 46-36, same record. That's what the Heat have. So it's not that crazy between the 10th seed in the West and the 8th seed in the East. But still, the fact that the Chicago Bulls, that joke of a franchise that I have the displeasure being a fan of, get to play postseason basketball this season is so utterly insane and terrible. And the fact that the 76ers and the Heat have to endure a dumb play-in series where the loser of their game is going to have to play whoever ends up winning the Bulls-Hawks game. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. Why? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this? It cheapens the product completely and totally. And yes, I get it. Maybe the Kings and the Warriors, you could say, oh, maybe they deserve to be in. Doesn't matter. They didn't make the top 8 seeds. Sorry. This is all for TV dollars, TV revenue, and it cheapens the game and the sport completely. And it gives an excuse to teams like the Bulls not to make the type of, big time adjustments they need to make. Because the Bulls aren't going to do that. And this is turning into a Bulls rant. I know. But ownership for these teams deserves more criticism, and it's harder to criticize if they played in postseason games, even if those postseason games are bullshit postseason games. So I just want to get that off my chest. I mean, the NBA playoffs after that is going to be pretty good. It's going to be interesting, stuff like that. I was surprised that the Nuggets, after they beat the Timberwolves the other night, they stumbled a lot, and so did the Timberwolves, and they ended up neither getting the number 1 seed in the West. The Thunder, people have said that they are one of the worst 1 seeds we've seen. I don't know. But it should be interesting. I think the point was made that the Lakers would rather have played the Nuggets first round. And so the Nuggets getting the number 1 seed, the Lakers making it out of the play-in, obviously presuming that, which probably is true. I mean, if the Lakers can't beat the Nuggets, and the thought process is just get them out of the way right away. Worst case scenario, you lose and then you're done. You beat the Nuggets, and hey, who knows? Maybe you could make a run. So I think that's a fair thing to say. But the Nuggets are probably the team to beat, to be honest with you, in these playoffs. I mean, Nikola Jokic, anyone who says that he should not be the MVP is just being dumb. They're just being ridiculous. He is the face of the NBA. He is the best player in the NBA. He deserved the MVP last year. He should be on his 4th straight MVP. Let me say that again. He should be on his 4th straight MVP, the most dominant player of the game. An incredible, incredible athlete, an incredible, incredible force of nature. Even if you could say, athlete, what are you talking about? Athlete. He doesn't, obviously, you take a look at Nikola Jokic, you don't think that. That's not true. And we all know it's not true because he should be on his 4th straight dang MVP. And he ain't. He ain't. It's ridiculous, it's stupid, it's dumb. Shout out Nikola Jokic, you deserve better. Just saying. But my message overall is the NBA needs to move away from this, cash grab at more viewers, which just serves to cheapen the game completely. I think baseball has the similar problem. You're trying to add viewers and you water down the product. You add the viewers maybe, but you're watering down the product. Stop it. Get some help. Also, when the Lakers lose for first round, second round, whatever, it's going to be very, very funny to point out that in-season tournament banner that they have hanging up and say, oh, you got one banner, LeBron. You got one banner. Which, I think it probably was smart for them to do the in-season tournament. It brought some excitement to the league. But adding a banner for the in-season tournament is so ridiculous and dumb that it should never have been done. And it's going to be regrettable times 1,000 once this all comes to pass. I'm just saying. Once it comes to pass that they don't win a championship, I'm just saying. Moving on, the Masters of this weekend, and Scottie Scheffler, he came in the favorite. He walked out the champion. 2nd Masters win in 3 years. Crazy stuff. He is on an absolute heater right now. An absolute heater. Let me read off a few results in the last few tournaments for Scottie Scheffler. He wins the Masters. He comes in 2nd in the Houston Open. Tied for 2nd, but 2nd. He wins the Players. He wins the Arnold Palmer. Crazy stuff. He is on absolute heater. And some people are trying to say, should he be the face of golf? Is he the appropriate person to be the face of golf? And listen, is he a male model? I guess not. But who cares? Who gives a damn? He looks pretty good with the beard, I think, when he does that. He is a damn good golfer. He's a good guy. He's about to have his child. Credit to him. And, I think someone said, and Tiger, he made the cut at the Masters, but then he ended up really bottoming out. Bottoming out after that. It went real bad for him after the 2nd round. But this whole generation of golfers are the Tiger generation, guys like Scottie Scheffler. And now you're getting talent coming into the sport that we have not seen in the past. The amount of talent that is coming into golf is crazy. And Scottie Scheffler is part of that talent pool. Hopefully he doesn't end up jumping over to live golf. I doubt he will. I hope he doesn't, because it feels like just it feels bad. It feels like that'd be bad, because now he is the America's sweetheart of golf, and to see him jump over would be bad, especially when we're going to have a live PGA, union sooner rather than later. But credit to Scottie Scheffler. Credit to him. Winning at Augusta 2 times, pretty cool stuff. Pretty awesome stuff, I got to say. Finally, I wanted to get into this because if you know me, I'm a big uniform critic. I'm a big uniform guy. I look at uniforms and I can say, wow, what a great uniform. Or wow, terrible uniform. I can say this and that and this and that. And a team that had bad uniforms was the New York Jets. Bad uniforms. They had good uniforms. And then they replaced them with bad uniforms. Truly, honestly, bad uniforms. And the moment they came out with them, we all knew it was bad uniforms. And finally, they've rectified that. Finally, they've rectified it. They have created new uniforms. They brought in new uniforms. They've introduced new uniforms and a throwback logo. It's all retro. It's based on the retro uniforms they wore last year. They look great. They look awesome. And this should be a template for a lot of teams who have gone down the wayward path and done these modernist Nike designed uniforms that look bad, that just look bad. Teams like the LA Rams. The LA Rams had some of the best throwbacks in sports. So good, in fact, that they wore them in Super Bowl 53. That is true. They wore them in a Super Bowl. Imagine wearing your throwbacks in the Super Bowl. That's how good they were. And I thought for sure they were going to make the right move and make those throwbacks their all times, their regular uniforms. Instead, they created these modernist monstrosities that were supposed to pay homage but looked bad. They need to rectify that and make that change. The same way the Buccaneers did, the same way the Browns did, and the same way that the New York Football Jets have now. I mean, listen, is Aaron Rodgers ever going to be Aaron Rodgers again? Are the Jets ever going to be great in any time in the future? I don't know. Maybe they will be. And if they do, these uniforms are going to look so good. Last time we had a team switch back to older uniform types was the Buccaneers, and that year they won a Super Bowl. A full year of healthy Aaron Rodgers? I don't think it's that crazy. Don't think it's that crazy. In any case, folks, thank you all for watching and or listening. Sorry for the late start to the live stream. I was cooking some very delicious steaks. I think I pride myself on being a good steak guy, being good at cooking steaks. My issue is my grill is not the best, which, if we're talking about, being a steak guy, you should have a good grill, which I don't have, to be fair. But I kind of changed things up. I changed my positioning, my steaks, and it worked out well. Even though I cooked them a little bit longer than I should, although the people I was cooking for liked their steaks a little more well done. I like medium rare. Medium rare is the king cook of a steak. You should not get steaks that are cooked more than medium rare. Medium, not a huge fan. Medium well, no. Keep that away. Stop it. Get some help. If you go medium well or higher, it's not good. It's bad. Stick with medium rare, my friends. That's where the flavor comes in. Thank you all for watching and or listening. Please subscribe. Tommy Gann on YouTube. We're going to get some good stuff going. Give me your suggestions. Please. I am on my hands and knees asking you for your suggestions. Give me your suggestions. Please. At Tommy SGHAN on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, yada, yada, yada. I've realized I've said yada, yada, yada a lot on a lot of broadcasts, and I have been trying not to say it, and I just said it. So forgive me, please. And subscribe on YouTube. Like, subscribe. YouTube. 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Leave me suggestions anywhere on Apple Podcasts. Give a review on Apple Podcasts as well. Comments on YouTube. Anyone who was upset over the OJ stuff last episode, listen. It was all supposed to be, obviously he did it. He's guilty. He's a terrible person, stuff like that. I was more making a comment about people who seem to forget about that. I saw a lot of that. Some certain individuals I saw on Twitter really being like, I don't care about all that, all the other stuff, but he was a great football player. Cut it out. What are we talking about here? He murdered 2 people. Give me a break. All right? He murdered 2 people. And I think his estate should pay out the Goldmans and the Nicole Brown's family. Both of them. Who OJ basically paid nothing to during his lifetime. So, there's an opinion for you. Pay him up. Pay up. In any case, folks, thank you all for watching and or listening. That was the 3rd time I've said that. And this has been TOMMY Tommy Talk. See you guys.